Hello, my dear friend. Welcome to our special place. Welcome to VUS, Learning English Podcast. My name is Anna, and I am so happy you are here with me today. If this is your first time listening, a very warm welcome to you. I am happy you found us. And if you are a returning listener, thank you for coming back. It feels wonderful to have you here again. This podcast is for you. It is for every English learner around the world. It is a safe and calm place to learn. Today, we are going to talk about something very important. We will talk about a new way to learn English. A way that is kind. A way that is fun. And a way that really works. It is a method that can help you feel confident. It can help you speak English with a happy heart. Thank you so much for being here with me. It means the world. Before we begin, if you enjoy our time together, please think about following or subscribing to our podcast. It helps our little community grow. It helps other learners just like you find this safe place. I always love to know where you are listening from. Are you in India, or Libya, or Germany, or maybe somewhere else? It makes me so happy to imagine all of us learning together, all around the world. Okay, my friend, are you ready? Let's begin. Today, I want to talk to you about your English teacher. Maybe your English teacher is holding you back. For many years, teachers have used old ways to teach. They are old methods. Maybe they made you remember many grammar rules you would forget later. Maybe they gave you long lists of words and the words were hard to remember. You translated sentences. You filled in blank spaces in a book. You repeated words you would never really use. And what happened after all that work? Do you feel stuck? Maybe you can read English. Maybe you can understand English pretty well. But when it is time to speak, you freeze. You feel quiet. You cannot speak. The words do not come out. Does this sound like you? If it does, please know you are not alone. I know this feeling. I was stuck in that same place too. I spent many, many years in classrooms. I remembered hundreds of grammar rules. I made thousands of flashcards. Each card had one single word on it. I did everything my teachers told me to do. I worked very hard. And after all that time, after all that work, I could not have a real conversation. I could not speak freely and naturally. I started to think something was wrong with me. Maybe English is not for me, I thought. Maybe I do not have the language gene. Maybe I'm not good at languages. Have you ever felt that way? It is a sad feeling. But I am here to tell you it is not true. It is not your fault. You are smart. You are capable. You can learn English. Then I found a new way. I found a system that changed everything for me. This system turned YouTube into the best tool for learning to speak. This new way works much better than a normal class because it is not about studying English. It is about getting English. It is like how you learned your first language. You learned it as a baby. You learned it naturally and you never forgot it. In this episode, I will show you the way. I will tell you about an 8-step method. These 8 steps will help you speak fluently. They will help you learn faster than any class. This is not just another small tip. It is a new way to think about learning. It will completely change how you learn English. So if you are ready to finally feel unstuck, if you are ready to speak with a calm and confident heart, Then listen very carefully. This is for you. Let's be honest for a moment. The way most of us learned English is broken. It does not work well. It is based on a very old idea. An idea from hundreds of years ago. This idea was for teaching languages that no one speaks anymore, like Latin. This old way treats English like a subject in school, like math or history. It is just a set of rules to remember for a test. Think about your old classroom. The teacher stands at the front of the room. The teacher explains a grammar rule, for example, the present perfect tense. Then you do some exercises. You fill in the blank spaces in sentences. And then you move to the next grammar rule. Does this sound familiar? Here's the problem. Your brain does not learn to speak a language by remembering rules. Just doesn't work that way. Think about it. How did you learn your first language? The language you spoke as a small child. Did your parents give you grammar books? Did they show you charts of grammar rules? Did they make you remember lists of special verbs? Of course not. That would be very silly. You learned by being around the language. You learned by hearing it all day, every day. You heard it and you understood it in real life. This natural way of learning is called language acquisition. Acquisition means to get something naturally. It is very different from the hard learning that happens in most classrooms. That kind of learning can feel painful. This old broken system creates a big problem. It creates a sad feeling. The feeling is a space between what you know and what you can do. For example, you might know thousands of English words, but you cannot use them when you talk to someone. You might get a perfect score on a grammar test, but you cannot share your ideas or feelings in English. You stop and think too much. You translate words in your head. You understand, but you can't speak. This is the biggest problem for English learners all over the world, and it happens because of the way we are taught. Let me tell you a little story. Imagine a girl named Sophia. Sophia was a very good student. She loved her English class. She got good grades on all her tests. She knew all the grammar rules. But one day, a tourist asked her for directions in English. Sophia froze. She understood the question, but the words did not come out of her mouth. She felt shy and sad. All her knowledge was in her head, but she could not use it. This is the problem. The old methods do not build a bridge between knowing and speaking. These old methods fail because they miss two very important ideas. Years of research show us these ideas are key for speaking fluently. The first idea is comprehensible input. That sounds like a big, difficult phrase, but it is very simple. A smart man, a linguist named Stephen Krashen, talked about this. He said that we get a language when we understand messages. The most important part is that the English you listen to should be just a little bit difficult. Just a little. Imagine you're listening to something in English. You understand most of it. But there are some new words or new sentences. You can guess what they mean because you understand the other parts. This is the perfect place for learning. It is the sweet spot. It is not too easy, so you're not bored. And it is not too hard, so you do not feel lost or sad. Most classroom teaching is not like this. Sometimes it is too easy and very boring. Other times it is so difficult that you just give up. The second idea is chunking. This is another simple but powerful idea. People who speak English as their first language do not think word by word. We think and speak in chunks. Chunks are small groups of words that always go together. For example, a native speaker would not say, "I did a mistake." They would automatically say, "I made a mistake." They don't think about it. The phrase "make a mistake" is like one single thing in their brain. It is a chunk. Studies show that most of natural speech, maybe 80%, is made of these chunks. When you learn single words from a list, you have to build your sentences piece by piece, like building a wall with very small bricks. This is slow, it is tiring, and it sounds unnatural. Your teachers, by focusing on single words and grammar rules, were training you to do the opposite of what your brain needs. They were giving you single bricks, not ready-made walls. This is why you feel stuck. Do you see? It is not your fault. I want you to hear that again. It is not your fault. You have just been given the wrong tools. You were trying to build a house with a spoon. It is very hard. But I have very good news for you. The right tool is right here, right in front of you. It is YouTube. But not just watching YouTube. It is about using YouTube in a special way. This 8-step system will turn YouTube from a fun distraction into the best language learning tool you have ever used. It is time to unlearn the old bad habits. It is time to start learning English the way your brain was made for. Naturally, and with joy. Section 1, the 8-step immersion method. This new way is all about going deep. It is about quality, not quantity. The biggest mistake many learners make is watching many videos. They jump from one video to another, they watch for a few minutes, and then click to something new. That is fun. It is entertainment, but it is not deep learning. The secret is to take one short video, just one, and you will go deep with this one video. You will work with this one video for a whole week. After 1 week, you will know it inside and out. You will know its words, its grammar, its sound, and its rhythm. You will absorb everything from it. This process changes watching from something passive to something active. You are not just letting the English wash over you. You are working with it. You are playing with it. This method is built on ideas that we know work. Ideas like deliberate practice and repeated exposure. Deliberate practice means working on something with focus and purpose. Repeated exposure means seeing or hearing something again and again. These are the keys to making your English automatic, so you can speak without thinking so much. So, are you ready to learn the steps? Let's get into it. Step 0, choosing your perfect video. All right, my friend, our journey begins with step 0. This first step is so important. It is the foundation for everything else. So please, do not skip it. If you choose the wrong video, the other steps will not work well. You need to pick one video that is perfect for you. Your perfect video must have 3 things. First thing, it must be interesting to you. This sounds simple, but it is the most important rule. If you are bored, your brain will go to sleep. You will not learn anything. So forget about those educational videos for English learners, unless you truly love them. Pick something you really care about, something you are passionate about. Do you love to cook? Find a video with a recipe. Do you love video games? Find a video that reviews a game. Are you obsessed with history or animals or cars? find a short documentary about it. When you really care about the topic, you want to understand it. You have a reason to understand. And that feeling, that motivation, is the engine for learning. It will power you through the whole week. Second thing, it must be at the right level. Here's where that comprehensible input idea comes back. The video should be a little challenging, but not impossible. The best level, the sweet spot, is when you understand about 70 to 80% of the video. This is with English subtitles turned on. This means you understand the main idea. You know what the speaker is talking about, but there are still some new words and new phrases for you to learn. If you understand 95% or more, the video is too easy for you. You will not learn much that is new. If you understand less than 60%, the video is too hard. You will feel lost and frustrated, and we do not want that. Finding this just right level is everything. It takes a little practice to find it, so be patient with yourself. Third thing, it must be short and spoken by one person. For this method, you want a video that is between 3 and 7 minutes long. This is short enough to work on all week. It will not feel like a big, heavy task. It will feel light and possible. It is also best if it is one person talking to the camera, like a vlog where someone shares their day, or a commentary video, or a review of a product. This talking head style is very good for learning. It gives you clear speech. It is consistent. You do not have many people talking over each other. There is not a lot of background noise. This makes it much easier to focus on the language. One last thing to think about: the accent. What kind of English do you want to learn? Do you want to learn American English, or British English, or maybe Australian English? The words and the sounds can be a little different. For example, in the United Kingdom, people say rubbish, but in the United States, they say trash. In the UK, they say at the weekend. In the US, they say on the weekend. These are small differences, but they are good to notice. Find a creator, a person on YouTube with an accent that you like, and try to stick with that accent for a while. This will help you build consistency. Once you have found your perfect video that is interesting, at the right level, and short, you are ready. You are ready to really begin. Step 1, watch without subtitles. Okay, do you have your video? Wonderful. For your first time watching, you will do something simple. Watch the whole video from the beginning to the end. And watch with no subtitles. That's right, no subtitles at all. Not in English, and not in your native language. I know what you might be thinking. But Anna, I will not understand anything. That is okay. It is perfectly fine. The goal of this first step is not to understand every word. The goal is to listen to the music of the language. You are training your ears. You are helping your brain hear the sounds of English, the ups and downs of the voice, the rhythm, the pauses between sentences. Do not worry while you watch. Do not panic if you feel lost. Just relax. Breathe. Try to get the general idea. What is the topic? What is the speaker's feeling? Are they happy? Are they serious? Are they excited? Pay attention to their body language. Watch their hands and their face. Look at the images on the screen. All of these things are clues. They help you understand the meaning even without the words. This step is very important. It helps you break a common habit. Many learners are very good at reading English, but their listening skills are not as strong. Why? Because they have trained themselves to see every word with subtitles. This step forces your brain to only use sound, and that is exactly what you do in a real conversation. There are no subtitles in a real conversation. Watch the video just one time through. When you finish, take out a notebook. Write 1 or 2 sentences about what you think the video was about. Your guess does not have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be correct. This is just for you, to see where you started. You have now prepared your brain for the next step. Great job. Step 2, the gold mining phase, extracting phrases. Now the real work begins, and this is where the real magic happens. You are going to watch the video again, but this time you will turn the English subtitles on. Your job now is to be a gold miner. Imagine you are in a mine. You are searching for gold. You are hunting for something precious and valuable. In our case, the gold is language. It is chunks of language. Do you remember when we talked about chunks? How native speakers use groups of words, not single words? This is where you will find them. Get your notebook ready or open a new document on your computer. You are going to pause the video. Pause it every time you hear a phrase that is useful or interesting or new to you. What are you looking for? I want to be very clear about this. You are not looking for single words. I will say that again, my friend. Do not write down single words. You are looking for groups of words that go together, phrases, full sentences. Let me give you an example. Imagine you are watching a video. The speaker says, "After my last project failed, I was feeling quite spiteful and resentful, so I decided to quit my job. I ended up living in squalor for a few months, but eventually I got back on my feet." Now, a typical student might write down the single words. Words like spiteful, resentful, and squalor. This is a mistake. It is not very helpful. Those words alone are hard to use. If you just learn the word squalor, you don't know how to use it in a sentence. Do you say "I have squalor" or "I am squalor"? It is confusing. But a smart learner, a learner like you, writes down the entire chunk, the entire phrase. You would write down spiteful and resentful. And you would write down living in squalor. Do you see the difference? Spiteful and resentful is a powerful chunk. Native speakers use it to talk about a specific kind of angry and bitter feeling. Living in squalor is a fixed phrase. It means living in very, very dirty and poor conditions. When you learn these as chunks, you get everything at once. You get the vocabulary, and you get the grammar. You learn how the words actually work together in the real world. Go through your whole video this way. Pause the video many times, listen carefully. Be a gold miner, find these golden phrases and write them down. Don't just pick the very difficult phrases. Also pick the ones that sound natural and useful, even if you know all the single words inside the phrase. For a video that is 3 to 7 minutes long, you should try to find about 10 to 20 of these golden phrases. This is the biggest change in how you think about learning. Stop seeing English as a big pile of single bricks, which are the words. Start seeing English as a set of ready-made walls, which are the chunks. When you have a library of these chunks in your mind, you can build sentences quickly. You can build them naturally, just like a native speaker. This is a very exciting step. Enjoy being a language detective? Step 3. The deep dive. Deconstructing the language. This next step takes the most time, but it also gives you the most results. You are going to take your list of 10 to 20 phrases and you are going to go deep. You will study every single one. This is how you change something you just heard into knowledge you can actually use. For each phrase on your list, you will do 4 things. Let's use our example phrase from before. Living in squalor. A. Define it. First, find out exactly what it means. Don't just guess. Use a good dictionary for learners like the Merriam-Webster Learner's Dictionary or the Oxford Learner's Dictionary. You can find them online. Look up the main word, squalor. You will see a definition. It might say, the state of being extremely dirty and unpleasant, especially because of poverty or neglect. Now, write down a simple definition in your own words. Something easy for you to remember. For example, living in squalor, to live in very dirty and poor conditions. Making your own simple definition helps you remember it better. B. Contextualize it with Youglish. Now I will tell you about a wonderful website. It is a tool that can help you so much. It is called Youglish. That is Youglish, Youglish. This website lets you search for a phrase, and it shows you lots of YouTube clips where native speakers use that exact phrase. Go to the Youglish website, type in your phrase, living in squalor. Then press search. You can even choose to hear American accents or British accents or others. Now, watch 5 or 10 of these short clips. This is so powerful. You hear how different people say the phrase. You hear the pronunciation, and you see the different situations where it is used. You start to get a real feel for the phrase. You build something that smart people call language intuition. It's like a 6th sense for the language. C. Expand it with an AI partner. Let's use some new technology to help us. AI means artificial intelligence. You can open an AI tool like ChatGPT or Google Gemini. These tools are like a very smart friend who can help you learn. You are going to ask the AI a few specific questions. First, ask for more examples. You can type something like, give me 5 more example sentences for the phrase, living in squalor. The AI will give you great sentences. You can learn from these new examples. Next, ask about words that go with it. A good question is, what words often go with squalor? The AI might tell you about abject squalor or unimaginable squalor. These are common combinations. Now you are learning the whole family of words around your first chunk. Finally, ask for more explanation. You could ask, what is the difference between living in squalor and living in a messy room? The AI will explain that squalor is much, much more extreme than a messy room. This gives you a much deeper understanding of the phrase's real meaning and feeling. Using an AI partner is like having a private teacher available for you anytime. D. Activate it by writing. The last part of our deep dive is to make the phrase your own. You have to use it. Write 3 new sentences using living in squalor. These must be your own original sentences. Do not just copy the examples you saw. A simple sentence is okay, but try to make a better one. For example, a simple sentence is, he was living in squalor. This is okay. A good sentence shows you understand the meaning. For example, After he lost his job, he was too proud to ask for help and ended up living in squalor for nearly a year. This sentence has more detail. It shows you understand the context. Here's another good one. The book described the author's childhood, living in squalor with his 5 siblings in a tiny apartment. When you force yourself to create your own sentences, something amazing happens. You move the phrase from your passive memory to your active memory. Passive memory is when you can understand a word when you hear it. Active memory is when you can use the word yourself when you speak. You are building the roads in your brain that will let you use this phrase without thinking. Do this 4-part process for every phrase on your list. Yes, my friend, it takes time. I know it does. But this deep, focused work is so much better than looking at hundreds of random flashcards. This is the heart of the method. Be patient. Enjoy the process of discovery. Step 4. Build your phrase book with smart flashcards. After your deep dive, your notebook is full of wonderful things. It has amazing phrases, simple definitions, and your own sentences. Now, we must make sure you do not forget them. This is where flashcards can help, but not the old kind of flashcards. We are going to make smart flashcards. These flashcards are based on chunks, not single words. You can use small paper cards called index cards, or you can use a special app on your phone like Anki. A-N-K-I, Anki. I really recommend an app like Anki. It uses a system called spaced repetition. This is a proven way to remember things. The app shows you a flashcard just before you're about to forget it. It is very clever. Now, for each phrase from your list, make 1 card. On the front of the card, write the phrase itself. For example, living in squalor. On the back of the card, put 3 things. First, your simple definition. Example: to live in very dirty, poor conditions. Second, a great example sentence. Example: the documentary showed elderly citizens living in squalor. Third, a little note about how to use it. This is optional. Example: this word is very strong. It means extreme dirtiness. This is a smart flashcard. It does not just ask you for a translation. It makes you remember the whole chunk. It makes you remember its meaning and its context. This is much more powerful than a simple card with squalor on one side and a word in your language on the other. Make a card for every chunk you studied in step 3. You are building your own personal phrase book, your own special dictionary. This is not a random list of words from a textbook. This is language that you found, language that you thought was interesting, language from content you actually enjoy. That personal connection makes it so much easier to remember. It makes learning feel meaningful. Now review these flashcards every day, just for 5 to 10 minutes. That is all. A short, consistent review every day is the key. If you use an app like Anki, it will tell you when to review each card. It does the scheduling work for you. You are doing wonderfully. Keep going. Step 5. Write your own summary. Until now, we have focused on input, listening and reading, and we have focused on thinking and analyzing. Now it is time to change. It is time to start producing the language. In this step, you are going to write a short summary of the YouTube video. The goal is to write about 200 words. In the summary, you will explain the video's main points, and you must write it in your own words. But here's a special challenge. you have to use some of your new phrases. Try to naturally use at least 3 to 5 of the new phrases from your flashcard deck. This is a very powerful technique. Let me tell you why. First, it forces you to think about the video's ideas. This makes your understanding of the video stronger. More importantly, it pushes you. It pushes you to move from just knowing your new phrases to actually using them in a real way. Sometimes you think you know how to use a phrase, but when you try to put it in your own sentence, it feels strange or difficult. That feeling of difficulty, that struggle, is a good thing. That is where the real learning happens. It shows you where your understanding is still weak. It shows you what you need to practice more. Let's imagine your video was about a company that failed. Your summary could look something like this. In this video, the person talks about a company that failed. He says the owners became spiteful and resentful after people did not like their first product. They did not listen to the advice. Their company fell apart. The video even shows pictures of their sad office. The employees were almost living in squalor. The speaker says this story is a lesson about what can go wrong. Do you see what happened there? You explained the video's main points, and you successfully used 2 of your new target phrases. This is not a boring school exercise. It is a real act of communication. And it helps lock the new language into your brain. It makes the new phrases truly yours. Please do not worry about making your summary perfect. Just try your best. You can use a tool like Grammarly to check for mistakes. Or you can even ask your AI partner like ChatGPT to check it for you. You can ask it to give you helpful feedback. You are now not just a learner. You are a writer. You are a creator. Feel proud of this step. Step 6. Listen on repeat. The brainwash technique. Now it is time to create your own little world of English, your own immersion bubble. I call this the brainwash technique. That word sounds a little funny, I know. It just means we are going to fill your brain with English sounds. Here is what you do. You are going to download the audio from your YouTube video. Just the sound, not the picture. You can find free websites to do this. You can search online for a YouTube to MP3 converter. An MP3 is an audio file. Once you have that audio file, it will be 3 to 7 minutes long. Put it on your phone. Make a playlist on your phone. Put just that one audio track in the playlist. And set it to repeat, so it plays again and again. Your mission for the next few days is simple. Listen to this audio as many times as you can. Listen while you are driving your car. Listen while you're washing the dishes or cleaning your home. Listen while you are exercising or going for a walk. Listen to it over and over and over again. This might sound strange. You might think it is boring. But this huge amount of repetition is very, very effective. Let me tell you why. First, it makes your listening automatic. After you listen for the 10th time or the 20th time, something changes. You will stop trying to understand every word. The language will just flow over you like water. And your subconscious mind, the part of your mind that works without you thinking, will start to absorb the deep patterns of English, the rhythm, the sentence structure, the way words connect together smoothly. You will start to learn the music of English in a very deep way. Second, it makes your new phrases automatic. Remember those golden chunks you found? like living in squalor? Because you studied them so deeply in step 3, your brain will notice them every time you hear them. Your brain will light up. Oh, I know that phrase. Every time you hear it again, that connection in your brain gets stronger and faster. Third, it improves your pronunciation without you even trying. You will subconsciously, without thinking, start to copy the speaker. You will copy their intonation, the music of their voice. You will copy their stress patterns, which words are strong and which are weak. This is exactly how children learn to speak with a perfect accent. They listen for thousands and thousands of hours. This massive repetition is the secret. You're just creating your own small version of that experience. This technique takes the language off the paper, it takes it off the screen, and it puts it directly into your brain. It builds a strong bridge between knowing a phrase and owning a phrase. Try to listen at least 20 to 30 times over a couple of days. It is a passive activity. You can do it during the dead time in your day, but the results are huge. Step 7, the shadowing challenge. We are now moving to the final stage of our work for the week. Active speaking. You are going to use a technique called shadowing. Imagine you are a shadow. A shadow follows a person exactly. It does everything the person does. That is what you will do with the audio. The technique is simple, but it is also very challenging. Here's what you do. You listen to the audio and you speak along with it at the same time, like a shadow. Play the audio from your video. This time, instead of just listening, say the words out loud. Try to match the speaker's speed. Try to match their rhythm. Try to match the music of their voice, their intonation. Stay just a little bit behind them, like a shadow. I will be honest with you, it will feel very weird at first. It will feel clumsy. You will make mistakes. You will miss words. That is totally normal. Everyone feels this way when they start shadowing. Do not stop. Do not give up. Just keep trying to follow along. Why is this technique so powerful? Shadowing creates a direct connection between the listening part of your brain and the speaking part of your brain. It is like building a super fast highway between them. It forces you to stop translating in your head. It forces you to stop thinking about grammar rules. You are literally training your mouth. You are teaching the muscles of your tongue and lips to make the sounds of English automatically. It is like muscle memory, but for speaking. Here's how to do it right to make it a little easier. Start slow. If the speaker is too fast, that's okay. You can use the playback settings on YouTube or on your phone's media player. Slow the audio down to 0.75 times speed. Shadow the whole video at this slower speed. Do it again and again until you feel more comfortable. Then you can try the normal speed. Focus on the flow. Do not worry about getting every single word right. That is not the goal. The goal is to match the rhythm, the melody of the sentences. Really try to copy the intonation of the key phrases you have been studying. How does the voice go up or down? Record yourself. This is a brave step, but it is so helpful. After you practice a few times, record yourself with your phone. Record yourself shadowing for just 1 minute. Then listen to your recording and compare it to the original speaker. Please be kind to yourself when you listen. Do not be hard on yourself. Just notice the differences. Where is your rhythm a little different? Where is your intonation a little flat? Pick just one thing to improve and then try again. Shadowing is a very intense workout for your brain and your mouth. Just 10 minutes can feel very tiring. But it is one of the best ways to get a more natural, native-like accent. By the end of this step, you will not just understand the video, you will be able to say its words with real confidence. You have worked so hard. This is the final push. You can do it. Step 8. Schedule your review. You have done it. You have done an amazing amount of deep work on one short video. You should feel very proud. The last step is very important. It is a crucial step. We must make sure that all your hard work does not go to waste. We need a simple system to review what you learned. Our brains forget things very quickly if we do not see them again. So we need to revisit our new phrases. You already built your smart flashcard deck in step 4, and you should be reviewing it for a few minutes every day. That is wonderful. Now we are going to add one more layer to our review. Here's your simple 3-part review schedule. Part 1. The next day. The day after you finish step 7, the shadowing step, do 2 things. First, do your 5-minute flashcard review. Second, reread the 200-word summary you wrote in step 5. This quick review will give your memory a huge boost. It tells your brain, hey, this information is important. Please keep it. Part 2, 1 week later. 1 week from now, do the same thing again. Review your flashcards, reread your summary, and then do one more thing. Watch the original YouTube video one last time. You will be shocked at how you feel. It will feel so easy. You will understand almost everything. That feeling, that is the feeling of mastery. It is the feeling of success. Enjoy it. Part 3. 1 month later. Open the calendar on your phone or on your wall. Set a reminder for 1 month from today. On that day, just do one final review of your flashcard deck for that week. This one last review helps lock those phrases into your long-term memory. It makes them a permanent part of your English. This simple system makes sure that the language you worked so hard to learn stays with you. It becomes part of your English toolkit, ready for you to use whenever you need it. So, what happens next? After you finish this whole process with one video, you find another one. You find another interesting short video at the right level, and you start all over again, from step 0. Each week, you add another 10 to 20 new phrases to your active vocabulary. These are phrases you have learned deeply. After 1 month, that is 40 to 80 new expressions. After 3 months, it could be over 200. And these are not just words you kind of know. These are not words you just recognize. These are chunks of language you have found yourself. Chunks you have studied, practiced, and can now use without thinking. This is how you build real fluency. Not by trying to remember 5,000 random words, but by mastering a few hundred powerful, useful chunks that you can use in many different combinations. This system changes you. It turns you from a passive student into an active, confident speaker of English. It gives you the power. So there you have it. You can see that this system is very powerful. It is a complete change from how you probably learned before. It is about going deep, not wide. It is about active work, not passive watching. It is about learning English in a way that is natural, in a way that is fun, and in a way that is very, very effective. For many years, you have probably been told that learning English is hard, that it is a chore. You have been made to feel that if you are not fluent, it is your fault, that you are not smart enough, or you are not trying hard enough. My dear friend, I am here to tell you that is a lie. You are not the problem. The method is the problem. The traditional classroom has not helped most of us. It taught you to be a student of English. It did not teach you to be a user of English. It filled your head with rules, but it did not give you the one thing you really want: the ability to speak freely, the ability to connect with others. This 8-step system is your way out. It is your path to confidence. It puts you in control of your learning. You choose what you love to watch. You discover the language for yourself. You build your own curriculum one video at a time. This is not studying anymore. It is exploring. It is discovering. It is playing. It is making English a real part of your life. Fluency is not a magic power that some people are born with. It is not a talent. It is a skill, and a skill is built through smart, consistent, and focused work. It is the result of thousands of small, happy interactions with the language. This method is your guide for creating those interactions. The journey to fluency is long, but it does not have to be frustrating. It can be one of the best and most rewarding things you ever do. The power to change your English is right here with you. You have the tool. It is YouTube. And now you have the method. So what are you waiting for, my friend? Find your first video. Start step 1 today. Take that first small, brave step. A step towards becoming the confident, fluent English speaker you have always wanted to be. You deserve to feel that way. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. I hope this episode gave you a feeling of hope and excitement. Remember, learning a language is a journey, not a race. Be kind to yourself. Be patient with yourself. And celebrate every small step you take. If this episode helped you, please consider leaving a like or a positive review. It helps our podcast reach more wonderful learners like you. And please leave a comment. Tell me what kind of video you're going to choose for your first week. I read every single comment, and I would love to hear about your journey. Thank you again for being here. Keep going. You are doing an amazing job. See you next time, my friend.